call. Through doubts and fears, find your inner thrall. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame.
Welcome to the Living Well, Living Rich podcast. You know, for what feels like ages, anything digital just felt, well, kind of temporary, didn't it? So easy to copy, share around, and honestly, really hard to truly say, this is mine. Picture this, a world where you can actually verifiably own a digital piece of art or a music track, maybe even a bit of land in some virtual world, own it with the same kind of proof you'd get for a physical thing. Sounds a bit sci-fi, maybe?
But it's really happening now.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today, this whole new landscape being built by non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Our guide for this exploration is a really fantastic new book I've been reading, Digital Ownership Revolution, NFTs for Creators by Shu Chen Hou. Seriously, if you're involved in the creative world at all, I think this is essential.
It really lays things out clearly.
It does. It's more than just definitions. It's like a roadmap. So think of this deep dive as your shortcut to getting your head around not just what NFTs are, but why they're such a big deal, a real paradigm shift, especially for creators, and how they're changing our ideas about value in this digital age. Our mission today, unpack the core ideas from Shu Chen Hou's book, the practical stuff, so you can navigate this revolution with a bit more clarity. Okay, so let's get into this fundamental shift the book talks about right away. Shu Chen Hou really nails how traditional ownership, holding something tangible, just didn't translate well online.
Right.
Piracy, easy copying, it was everywhere.
Right. Digital files often felt like they belonged to everyone and no one simultaneously, which, let's be honest, tended to devalue the actual creative work behind them. And what's fascinating, and what the book explains so well, is how NFTs emerged as this really quite elegant solution. They're built mostly on blockchain technology. Think of it like a super secure, transparent digital ledger that can't be easily tampered with.
It's like a shared record book.
Exactly. But unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are fungible, meaning one Bitcoin is the same as another, NFTs are non-fungible. They're unique digital assets. Each one has its own unique identifier and metadata. And that metadata isn't just like the title. It's the digital DNA, who made it, who owned it before, maybe even rules coded into it.
Okay.
And that's what establishes real provenance and authenticity for digital stuff. It's very similar to how we certify traditional art. Suddenly that easily copied file becomes a verifiable original. You can track its history.
That totally reframes it. So it's like every digital thing could have its own unforgeable certificate tracked forever. That elevates it.
It really does. And the book argues this helps shift our mindset. We move away from thinking about infinite, maybe valueless copies towards understanding verifiable scarcity and original value. It lets us have digital originals, but it goes even further. Shu Chen Hou points out the programmability of NFTs allows for innovative business models, and this is huge.
Programmability, what does that mean in practice?
Well, think about automatic royalty payments every time it's resold, or maybe dynamic pricing, or even things like shared ownership, where a portion of sales supports the community. It turns ownership from just a one-off transaction into something more active, evolving.
Wow, okay.
It really opens up new ways for creators to build their own economies, often cutting out those traditional gatekeepers.
So for you listening, the big takeaway here isn't just about collecting digital things. It's about having the tools to protect your own digital creations, prove where they came from, and establish their real value. It's about control, really.
Taking back control of your digital IP, absolutely.
And that control, as the book argues so well, unlocks amazing new possibilities for creators. Let's get into that, how Shu Chen Hou sees NFTs empowering artists in ways we haven't seen before. That foundational stuff is powerful, for sure. But what really jumped out at me reading Shu Chen Hou's insights was just how fundamentally NFTs can empower artists. Beyond just that first sale, how does the book show that transformation happening?
Well, the big one is tackling the power imbalance, right? It's often about cutting out the intermediaries.
Fewer gatekeepers.
Exactly. Think about it. Maybe less reliance on galleries, agents, record labels, who all take a pretty big slice of the pie. With NFTs, creators can build direct relationships with their audiences.
Which changes the whole dynamic.
Completely. It democratizes things. Creators can share their story, their vision directly, build a real community around their work. It's much more personal. And the book details some really powerful ways to monetize that were honestly almost impossible before. Things like offering limited edition pieces. That creates scarcity, drives demand, just like with physical collectibles.
Okay, yeah.
Or you can bundle things, add extra value. Bundling with perks, the book calls it. Exclusive content, maybe virtual meet and greets, early access to new stuff. It lets you create different tiers for your supporters.
Right, different levels of engagement.
But maybe the most revolutionary part, for me anyway, is the ability to earn royalties from secondary sales.
Ah, yes. Explain that a bit more.
So every time your NFT gets resold on a marketplace, you, the original creator, automatically get a percentage of that sale price. It creates a continuous revenue stream.
That is a game changer.
It's a fundamental shift. No more just getting paid once up front and then watching your work potentially skyrocket in value later with no benefit to you.
Knowing your creation keeps supporting you. Yeah, that rebalances things massively for artists.
It really does. And the book uses some great examples to illustrate this. You've got the Bored Ape Yacht Club, BAYC, right? That's kind of a mix of art, community, and perks, exclusive events, networking. The NFT is like a membership card.
Became a status symbol, didn't it?
Definitely. Then there's Beeple, his $69 million sale for Everydays. I mean, that just put digital art on the map in a huge way, showed it could reach fine art market levels.
Unbelievable number.
And CryptoPunks, they were pioneers. Really early pixel art characters showed the power of scarcity and cultural relevance in this space.
Right, the OG.
Yeah. And even in music, like Kings of Leon releasing an album as an NFT. But they didn't just sell the music, they bundled it with exclusive content, lifetime front row tickets, things like that, redefining what owning music could mean.
So it's not just the art, it's the community, the experience built around it.
Exactly. The book really emphasizes that. It's less about a single static piece and more about this shared experience, almost like a digital club or movement.
So just imagine you sell your work, but you also keep benefiting every time it changes hands later, and you build this amazing community around it. That sounds like a path to a truly sustainable creative life.
That's the potential, yeah.
Okay, so if you're a creator listening and thinking, all right, I'm intrigued, but how? How do I actually start this? Shu Chen Hou's book gives some really solid practical steps. What's the basic process for minting your first NFT?
Yeah, the book lays out a pretty clear step-by-step guide to minting an NFT. First step is choosing the right blockchain.
Okay, options there.
Yep. Ethereum is the big one, the most established. But the transaction costs, the gas fees, can sometimes be quite high.
Right, I've heard about those.
So there are alternatives like Tezos, Polygon, Solana, often lower costs, maybe faster transactions, good options, especially if you're just starting out.
Got it. Then what?
Then you need a digital wallet. Think of it like your digital bank account for crypto and NFTs. MetaMask is popular, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. There are several good ones.
Okay, wallet setup, need money in it.
Exactly. You'll need to fund it with some cryptocurrency, usually the native currency of the blockchain you chose to pay for those minting and transaction fees.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then where do you actually list the NFT?
That's where NFT marketplaces come in. OpenSea is the biggest, like the eBay of NFTs. Rarible is known for being more community-focused. Foundation is more curated, a bit more exclusive. You choose one that fits your work.
Oh, yeah.
Then you prepare your actual digital file, the art, the music, whatever it is, along with its metadata. That's crucial. Title, description, maybe properties or traits.
The detail.
The details, yeah. Then you upload it all to the marketplace, follow their steps, and confirm the transaction using your digital wallet. And boom, you've minted your first NFT.
Sounds like a process, definitely. But broken down like that, it seems manageable. The book really helps there.
It does.
But importantly, Shu Chen Hou doesn't just paint a rosy picture. She flags the hurdles, the potential mistakes. What are some of those common pitfalls that creators run into early on?
Oh, absolutely. It's vital to know these. The book gives some key warnings. A big one is the misconception of guaranteed success.
Right. Just minting isn't enough.
Not at all. You still need to market it, build visibility. It doesn't just magically sell itself. Another pitfall is underestimating community engagement.
Back to the community aspect.
Yes. You really need to build relationships, talk to collectors, engage with other artists. It's not just about the drop, it's about building sustained interest. Also, some creators neglect the technical aspects. You know, not really understanding gas fees, how the blockchain actually works, how to use the marketplace properly. That can lead to frustration or costly errors.
Yeah, you need some basic literacy there.
For sure. And finally, pricing struggles. This is a tough one. Finding that right balance, not too high, not too low. It's easy to get wrong.
And the book mentions that pricing often connects to legal stuff.
Exactly. Which brings us to another area often overlooked by newcomers, the legal considerations.
That mix of a practical how-to and these crucial watch-outs is so valuable. I found that part of the book really helpful for demystifying things and setting realistic expectations.
Definitely helps you start smarter.
And speaking of those hurdles, let's talk about the legal side. Shu Chen Hou really stresses that this whole digital shift has legal complexities. What do creators absolutely need to understand about copyright and IP in the NFT world? Seems like a minefield.
It's a really important question, and the book handles it well. The key thing to grasp is the difference between NFT ownership and copyright ownership. They are not the same thing.
Okay, break that down.
When someone buys your NFT, they own that specific token on the blockchain. But typically, they do not automatically get the underlying copyright or intellectual property rights to the artwork itself.
Ah, so like buying a print doesn't mean you can print more yourself.
Exactly like that. The original copyright usually stays with you, the creator. Unless you explicitly transfer it, which is rare and needs careful consideration. This is why the book underlines the need for clear licensing terms. When you sell an NFT, you need to be crystal clear about what the buyer can and cannot do with the associated artwork or digital file. Can they display it online, use it commercially, print it, put it on merch?
So spelling it out prevents disputes later.
Precisely. Because the legal frameworks around NFTs are still developing worldwide, clear agreements upfront are your best protection.
That makes sense. It's still a Wild West in some ways, legally.
A bit, yeah. Things are evolving fast.
So beyond the legal maze, which is clearly ongoing, Shu Chen Hou looks ahead. She talks about Web3. For listeners maybe less familiar, Web3 is sort of the idea of the next internet phase, decentralized, built on blockchain, aiming to give power back to users and creators. How does the book see this Web3 evolution impacting creators specifically?
The book paints a really exciting, transformative picture here, the impact of Web3 on creators. A big theme is this move towards decentralized control. Meaning power shifting away from the big centralized platforms, the social media giants, the streaming services, and more towards individual creators, more control over your own content, your audience data, how you monetize.
More creator agency.
Exactly. We're also likely to see more fractional ownership. Imagine high-value NFTs, like expensive art or virtual land, being co-owned by many people. It makes valuable assets more accessible.
Interesting. Like a timeshare for digital assets.
Kind of, yeah. And crucially, the immutable nature of blockchain offers potential for enhanced copyright protection. Because the ownership history is transparent and basically unchangeable, it becomes much easier to prove you're the original creator and defend your rights if someone tries to copy your work.
So the tech itself helps protect the IP.
That's the idea. Looking further out, maybe the next decade, the book predicts more interoperability.
Meaning NFTs moving between different platforms.
Yeah, NFTs that aren't locked into one specific game or virtual world, but can move seamlessly across different blockchains and metaverses, that would massively increase their utility.
Right.
And maybe the coolest prediction is the integration of AI and augmented reality, AR. Think NFTs that change based on AI inputs or digital art you can view and interact with in your physical space using AR. Totally new forms of expression.
Wow, that opens up some wild creative possibilities.
Doesn't it? Blurring the lines between digital and physical even more.
So these aren't just abstract tech concepts. They really form the foundation for how your digital rights get protected, how your creativity can evolve, and where it fits into this bigger digital future. It's about building a fairer internet for creators.
That's the vision, definitely.
Now, one thread that runs through Shu Chen Hou's entire book, and something I really connected with in her analysis, is just how vital community is. Why is engaging with your audience so fundamental to succeeding here, maybe even more so than the tech itself?
Because, as the book title suggests, mastering the art of digital independence is about way more than just technology. At its heart, it's about connection, human connection.
Right.
The book highlights a few key ways to build that. Storytelling is massive. Sharing the why behind your work, the inspiration, the process, the message, that creates an emotional bond that goes beyond just the pixels or the code.
Makes it personal.
Totally. Also, using interactive elements, things like asking your audience questions, running polls on what to create next, doing live Q&As, making them feel like they're part of your creative journey, not just passive consumers.
Getting them involved.
Exactly. And of course, you have to leverage social media. The book suggests using platforms strategically. Instagram for the visuals, obviously. Twitter is great for real-time chat, building community buzz, joining conversations. TikTok can reach younger audiences with short, engaging video content about your process or story.
Choosing the right channel for the right interaction.
But the absolute key woven through all of this is consistency. You can't just show up for the launch and then disappear. Regular interaction, sharing updates, just being present. That's what builds a truly loyal following who are invested in you and your work long term.
So it's really about cultivating relationships, not just processing sales.
That's it, exactly. You're not just selling an NFT, you're inviting people into your world, into your community.
It's not just about the transaction then. It's about building a genuine movement around your art, connecting with the people who get it. Fostering that digital family for your work, the book, makes a strong case that that is the real engine for lasting success here.
Couldn't agree more. That community aspect is paramount.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here? This deep dive into Shu Chen Hou's digital ownership revolution, NFTs for creators. Well, it clearly shows a world opening up with immense power and potential for creators, but also new challenges and things to learn. It's a solid review of a complex topic.
Exactly. The core message, I think, is that NFTs provide this tangible pathway towards more sustainable income, much greater control over your own intellectual property, and that incredibly valuable direct connection with a global audience.
But it's not automatic.
No, it requires learning, engaging, adapting. It's a journey. Shu Chen Hou's book is such a valuable guide because it covers not just the how, but also the why and the what if, the mindset shift needed to really make the most of this. And it leaves us with a big question, really, as we keep reshaping what ownership even means in this digital realm. Will this revolution truly level the playing field for all creators? Or could it, maybe unintentionally, create new kinds of digital gatekeepers, new power imbalances?
A really important thought to consider.
Yeah. Where will your place be in all this? How will you use these tools to carve out your own digital path?
Well, this fascinating deep dive was fueled by the incredible insights in Shu Chen Hou's book, Digital Ownership Revolution, NFTs for Creators. If you want to go deeper, read the full analysis, explore more resources, or connect with Dr. Hou's broader mission around education for empowerment, we strongly encourage you to visit Kokoshungsan.net. Let me spell that out. Kokoshungsan.
Kokoshungsan.net.
You'll find a ton of great educational content there, ebooks, podcasts, articles, all aimed at breaking down knowledge barriers and empowering creators and learners just like you. Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive. We really hope this has given you some valuable insights for your own creative journey in this exciting, evolving digital world.
The silence of night dreams blissful call. Through doubts and fears find your inner throne. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. In doubt's echo, find strength, stand tall. In adversity's face, defy and enthrall. Stumbles lead to peaks, challenges you seek. Every hurdle a lesson, every trial unique. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials and lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. Break free, leave chains behind. Embrace the unknown, heart refined. In every moment your greatness is sown. Your story's power, let it be known. Soar like a phoenix through darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, let your soul rise. Trials are the lessons, every step a burn. With each stride, let your fire churn. Break free, leave chains behind. Embrace the unknown, heart refined. In every moment, your greatness is sown. Your story's power, let it be known. Soar like a phoenix, the darkest skies. Let your spirit shine, just so rise. How's the lessons in the silence of night? Dreams whisper a call through doubts and fears. Find joy in the flow. Every setback a chance to reclaim. Let your passion ignite, let it flame. Soar like a phoenix, the darkest sky.